Hello Warriors of Light and welcome back to the channel. In my last video I showed you cutscenes from an unfinished quest from an unused dungeon dubbed Bloodshore Hollow. I was going to continue uploading unused cutscenes, but I became very interested in this dungeon and decided to do an investigation in it. The major problem we had was that the dialogue from the cutscenes were from Court in the Sands, and most of the cutscenes we will see in the future will suffer from this, or from dialogue from another quest. Thankfully, this quest does have its text written. I already knew this before, but I was wondering to myself how to go about sharing it, considering it is still property of Square Enix. So instead, I created a dialogue box over the end game and did my best to ascertain which line fits each character best. So what I'm going to do is run through the quest. I'm going to stop and make note of anything and add some context to it. The adventurer meets Waybert in the Astalicia, who is then told Rothenthal is looking for her. You find him aboard his ship. Rothenthal talks about the days the pirates are numbered, that the Yellow Jackets are preventing him from doing business to keep his enterprise afloat. The adventurer accepts his offer, and Rothenthal gives the adventurer a grog to give to Talon. Just outside the ship ports, we find Talon. Scholarlies from Melvin's Gate found 14 men all dead from something called lung rot, short for lung rotus, a terrible plague that haunts hundreds of limsas every year, and only those in the city are afflicted. So already we're faced with a crisis where hundreds of Limsons are suffering from lung rot, and no one knows how to cure it or where it comes from. Let's continue. The adventurer goes back and talks to Rothenthal. His ship has been quarantined and his package confiscated by the Scholarlies. He pleads to us to help him in fear of losing his ship. We accept his offer and is then told to break into the Sanguine Siren's lair and pocket all the gil we can find. We return to Waybert. Waybert tells that it's not a good idea to go breaking into rival factions' lairs. Rivals are setting traps to protect their goods, but he knows of a place where we can go and find something. We accept. But what I'm about to tell you ain't public domain. Once in, you'll figure out what needs to be done. Now off you go, Scrag. Hang on. Let's go back to that line one more time. He says, what I'm about to tell you ain't public domain. Not public domain? So only a small group of people only know about this place? What exactly was this place used for, and why is it hidden from the public? I translated the Japanese text portion of the quest through Translate and found this message. The password is OO. Never reveal it to others. So not only is this place not public domain, but you need a password in order to get inside. And this leads me to the purpose of the secret door that's covered in the rock. But it still leaves us with the question, why? We find ourselves deep below Bloodshore with a group of pirates and buccaneers. A new recruit, eh? Well, remember this, we only got 2 rules. No fighting, no lending, got it? You know the drill. You see Tefania over there? Talk to her and hope that she's still in a good mood. Or else. Got it? Tefania, also known as the Life Stealer. It seems at some point we were supposed to fight Tefania in some kind of instance battle, and once we win against Tefania, we enter the Echo scene. You have stirred memories in me that I've spent my life trying to forget. Leave me now, for I will not miss again. The player returns to Rothenthal. We bring him a bag that's full of jewels. Wait, jewels? Is that why this area is dormant to the public? Instead of breaking in rival factions' lairs, we were sent to this place given a password, told not to tell anyone because inside was filled with jewels? That's why they have the secret door. This place is filled with jewels worth a ton of money. There is one question that is still unanswered. What about the Lung Rotus? It was only mentioned at the beginning of the quest. What does this place have to do with the Lung Rotus Talon talked about? While it's not for certain, I do believe I have an idea as to what is causing this Lung Rotus. Throughout the text there is a lot of X's and brackets. What are these X's for? Well, it's actually for a monster name. But what kind of monsters are down here? They describe them like vermin and are infesting the area. What exactly are these monsters then? Infested? Vermin? Typically when I think of vermin, I think of rats or like pests. Then it hit me. This quest is under the Marauder questline, and in the second cutscene we arrived at Switch Perch Tower in western Lenoshan and encountered a bunch of lemmings. Could this be what they are referring to? Was this dungeon infested with lemmings? And here we come to the end of the quest. So in short, we're told that Rothenthal was looking for us for help. We're then sent to this dormant place by Waybird to find what sounds like is full of jewels to give to Rothenthal, so he doesn't lose his ship. We then enter what sounds like a behest where we kill a bunch of lemmings, almost like a competition of sort. Alongside that we meet Tefania, the Life Stealer, and confront her in an instance battle in which we are victorious. And as for the Lung Rotus, perhaps this place was infested with lemmings that tore into the Limsa cargo, and is then somehow transported to the ship port. If food was in this cargo, perhaps it got contaminated? It still doesn't explain how it gets to Limsa unless someone deliberately delivered it. This dungeon was certainly interesting to investigate, and thankfully from the dialogue text gives us a better idea of what this place was originally intended for. If you have any opinions or comments, let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, Warriors of Light.